Hello everyone, welcome to today's class, and our title today is Reporting for Duty. Let's look at language focus. 1번. So for the most part, all able-bodied Korean males are required to complete at least 18 months of military service, enlisting by the time they are 28 at the oldest. So for our first language focus, we are looking at by the time here. So use by the time to express the latest point at which something is to be done. So by the time, we could say it's, 그때까지, right? Or we could say 할 때까지 as well. So by at the latest point at which something is to be done. So it says here, Korean males are required to complete at least 18 months of military service, enlisting. Remember the word enlist, which is up here, 입대. Enlisting by the time they are 28. So what, 28살 뭐까지 they have to enlist. 입대해야 합니다. Our example here says, I want to have dinner ready by the time our guests arrive. I want to have dinner by the time our guests arrive. Now, this guests could mean a few different things. It could be house guest, maybe 친구, or you could have a restaurant and you want to have dinner before your 손님 arrives. So let's say 손님. So 나는 우리 손님들이 도착할 때까지 저녁을 준비하고 싶다. So I want to have dinner ready by the time our guests arrive. Or students in Japan are supposed to learn at least 2,000 Chinese characters by the time they graduate from high school. So 일본의 학생들은 그들이 고등학교를 졸업할 때까지 적어도 2,000개의 한자를 배워야 합니다. So until by the time they graduate high school, 졸업할 때까지. Some other examples might be by the time we arrived, the meeting was over. By the time we arrived, the meeting was over. 우리가 도착했을 때쯤에는 그 모임이 끝이 났다. Or, by the time I arrived on the scene, it was all over. 내가 현장에 도착했을 때쯤에는 그것이 모두 끝났어요. 그때까지 할 때까지. Let's look at 2번. At the same time, it's questionable whether it's really fair to throw BTS into regular military service with everybody else. So, it's questionable whether. Use its questionable whether to express doubt or about something. So we need to learn what it means by doubt and questionable. So when you question or doubt something, in Korean, it is 의문이다. So a good example sentence is like, it's questionable whether or not that will be true. It's questionable whether or not that will be true. 그게 사실일지 어줄지는 의문스럽다. It's questionable whether or not it will be true. Or another example, let's move down here. So it's still questionable whether the economy has recovered. Oops. So 경제가 회복되었는지는 아직 의문이다. We're not sure. It's questionable. Let's have a look at the two examples that the book has given us. It's questionable whether businesses really care about protecting the environment. I don't believe they do. So 기업들이 정말로 환경 보호에 신경을 쓰는지는 의문이다. Some businesses say they might, but I don't think so. Or it's questionable whether taking supplements really improves your health. 보충제를 먹는 것이 정말로 건강을 증진시키는지는 의문이다. So some people think that you should just eat healthy rather than take supplements, but some people think supplements are the best thing to help improve your health. Now let's look at the language focus quiz. 1번. I hope by the time. By the time. Remember? 그때까지, 할 때까지. I hope to be successful by the time. Let's say I turn 40. So 40살이 or 40살이 될 때까지 성공하고 싶어요. I hope so. I have 5 more years. Students in my country have to, by the time they graduate from high school. Let's talk about Australia. 호주에서는 learn how to swim. So, 우리나라 호주 학생들은 고등학교를 졸업할 때까지 수영을 배워야 해요. 3번. Questionable whether. 의문이다, right? It's questionable whether is really a good thing. Maybe you could say it's questionable whether a change in president is really a good thing. 대통령이 바뀌는 게 관용 좋은 일인지 의문이다. Maybe it's a good thing. Maybe it's a bad thing. We don't know. It's questionable. 4번. It's questionable whether it's possible to live on another planet. 다른 행성에서 사는 것이 가능한지는 의문이다. Maybe Mars in the future. Who knows? Alright, now let's move on to the further discussion. 1번. Why do you think 정찬성 was not granted an exemption to military service despite his UFC performance? 정찬성이 UFC 성적에도 불구하고 병역 문제를 받지 못한 이유는 무엇이라고 생각하나요? I don't know the exact law or rules. I think in order to be exempt from the military, you need to be the best at what you do. So BTS has proven that they are the best K-pop boy band ever. I think, Olympians, they get exempt from the military if they win the gold medal. I'm not sure about the other medals, if they win a silver or bronze. I'm a big fan of the Korean Zombie, but he didn't win a title in the UFC. If he would have won a title in the UFC, maybe the outcome would have been different. Why are classical and traditional musicians given exemptions, but not K-pop stars? A lot of the politicians are old people, and they enjoy classical and traditional music more than K-pop, and they're a bit prejudiced against K-pop. even though K-pop is making Korea very, very, very big and making the government a lot of money, traditional musicians, I can understand why, because it's promoting traditional Korean music, pansori. But classical musicians, I don't know why, because classical music isn't from Korea, it's from, Europe. I don't know why classical musicians don't get exemptions. But personally, I don't think BTS should be exempt from the military. I think it would be unfair for the rest of the celebrities who had to go to the military, or even just, normal people to go to the military. Anyway, that wraps it up for today's class, and I'll see you on the next class.
Exemption.
Exemption.
Enlistment.
Enlistment.
Get something over with.
Get something over with.
Do away with.
Do away with.
Blend in.
Blend in.
Keep an eye on something.
Keep an eye on something.